Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Wendy Shenarigan, and we are here talking everything about DIY projects, career, health, food, and beauty. And today I just have something burning on my heart what I want to talk to you about, and that is executive or leadership presence. I know this is a little bit different from what I usually talk about on my channel, but I am hearing from a lot of people that they enjoy the variety of different subjects, and this was burning on my heart. So we're here to talk about executive presence. Have you ever been or gone to a meeting and you just saw someone that just had this aura about them? Like they are just on it. They are confident, they speak well, they know the different terms, and they are just really on it. And have you ever just observed them and how they move throughout the room, or how they speak or sit or talk, body language? Well, I'm here to let you know what I've observed with my over 20 years of being in corporate America. And these things you can apply to any position, any job. You can apply it to home, work, your religion, when you go to your church or different mosques, or what have you. You can use these different types of gestures and body language and terms to help you become a little bit more, have that aura of leadership or executive presence, and make it seem as if you know exactly what you're talking about. Number one, or tip number one, and this is going to be a different one. When you're speaking, a lot of times when people are making very thoughtful statements or suggestions, they cross their legs. Women, they normally cross their legs, or men. Or men, what they'll do is they actually put their foot on top of their knee. They don't actually do a cross their legs all the way. Majority of them. There's some who do, and so that's giving them. They're setting their position up to where they are going to speak something powerful. They also move or lean a little bit forward. So for example, I am not crossing my legs. I'm just speaking right now. But as I position myself to say something, I am now crossing my legs and I'm leaning forward. That is giving the entire room the almost like prep that you're about to say something, and say something powerful, and that you're engaging. You are leaning forward and you want to hear exactly what is being said. So that is a quick small tip. If you're not able to cross your legs, you can also cross your feet at the bottom. So for those, I was one of them. Right after my child, it was uncomfortable to cross my legs all the way. So I would cross my feet and put my hands on my knee, and I would lean forward. And I'm listening and preparing myself mentally to say something very powerful. Number two, silence is more powerful sometimes than speaking. Have you ever been in a meeting and you had someone there that always talked, but they weren't saying anything meaningful, or they were just repeating what someone else said that was meaningful? All right, I've been in that meeting too. So you only want to speak when you know there's something powerful is about to be said. You only want to speak when you know exactly what you're talking about and you can back yourself up with evidence. It is okay not to speak. Silence is power. But when you do speak, make sure you're speaking on a topic or a thing or an item that you're passionate about, and you're speaking with authority or with knowledge behind it, some substance. There's nothing like being in a meeting where people are speaking just to speak and hear themselves speak, right? You want to cross your legs, lean forward, and say, well, my position on this topic is also going to allow me. You want to say something like, my position on this topic is that we need to increase our profitability by 10% by scaling this process back. It would increase our throughput by 15% and allow our increased morale because they are feeling less stress because we have improved our process by X amount of dollars. I don't know. I just made that entire thing up. It probably made no sense. But I put facts, I put percentages, I put numbers, and I also included employee morale. So think about what you're saying before you say it. And if you don't know exactly what you're saying, take 5 minutes before the meeting and write down something that you know that you want to speak on and rehearse it in your mind as you're walking to the meeting. Okay? You want to speak with substance. All right? You don't want to speak with some meat. You don't want to speak with soup. You want some meat when you speak. So that is tip number 3. Tip number 4, you do want to speak, and when you do decide to speak, try to think of things that's more strategic and, if you can, and less task focused, or you can incorporate both. So for example, a lot of leaders, they think on an enterprise or a higher level. What is best for the company? What is best for the entire team? What's best for the entire department? How do these tasks or roles or initiatives and projects, how does it relate to the company's strategic missions and goals? So if your company's strategic goal is to increase membership by 50%, I'm just making one up, increasing membership by 50%, but you're not quite sure how what you're doing really aligns to that strategic goal, think about ways it aligns. There's always a way that it aligns to the strategic goal. For an example, if you are in the medical field and you are an insurance processor, all right, let's say that you are processing medical claims, and you're not quite sure how this aligns with the company's goal of increasing patients by 50%. Well, your goal really is to be more efficient and to work harder, and not work harder, but be more efficient so you can process more medical claims. Well, what happens when you're able to do that? You have more free time. What can you do with your free time? You can then market, right? You can market to get more patients into the door. So how you would say that, and on a strategic level, is, I have an idea. I have just leaned forward. I've crossed my legs. I have an idea. I am noticing that it takes me 1 hour to process 8 patients. It would be great if I could just increase that or decrease that time of processing to 30 minutes to process 8 patients. And that extra 30 minutes, I can do call referrals in those extra 30 minutes, so that way I can bring more people in the office and help support our strategic initiative of increasing our membership by 50%. That was executive presence. That was a leadership presence. So always align what you're doing with the company's goal, with the strategic missions, with the strategic imperatives. And that's what's going to help you look and feel as if you belong on the leadership team. Just want to let you know that I've worked in the financial industry since I was 16, and I've worked for Fortune 500 and 100 companies. And I've also worked for, I would say, mid-sized companies where they've had only 700 to 800 employees. And all of these tips have led me to really boost my career and my positions to higher levels within each company. So I would implore you to try these different things. If you're new in your career, or even if you just needed a refresher, try these and see how it leads you. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know, what do you do to exude executive presence? What do you do in order to show that you've been thoughtful and you're really, really passionate about the growth of the company? What do you do to calm yourself? One thing that I do to calm myself is I make sure that and this is just me, I just make sure that I have a blazer on. It makes me feel more confident. Someone else may want their hair down. Some people may need a haircut. Some people have a special necklace that they wear. But whatever it is to make you feel more confident, that's what you do, and you walk in there with your executive presence, your leadership presence. Again, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on what you do. Let me know about my tips. Is there something that I should change? Is there something I should try doing? Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Peace.